you know, the sub-Q layer, all this kind of stuff, but down here it kind of gets fuzzy, right? And you're like, man, I really wish I could see these structures deep, because I know the lung is sitting down here somewhere, and it's something that I actively want to avoid sticking with the needle. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tap that, and I'm gonna turn down my near field gain. So notice how it just all of a sudden is not so bright there. Let's turn up our far field gain. Oh snap, what do we start to see moving in and out of our view there? But we barely see it. Like, notice how it's just the very bottom part of the screen. So let's give ourselves a little bit more depth. I'm gonna take a breath in and out for us. All right, look at that. You can actually see the visceral parietal flora kind of slide past each other. You kind of get that little shimmer effect right there. So then now we're actually looking at the structures we're trying to visualize. And the reason we're trying to visualize is because we're trying to actively avoid those structures, right? We don't want to drive a needle into the lung if we can avoid it. But we're still really not kind of seeing this center targeted area. We can kind of see the edges of the artery, but not perfect. So let's go ahead, let's take our midfield up. All right, so now when we bring our midfield up just a little bit, all of a sudden now we can actually see those little bundle of grapes kind of sitting right over here, these little round structures right here. That's your brachial plexus that's sitting over there. When we're talking about the supraclavicular approach to the brachial plexus, the brachial plexus always sits kind of either lateral or superior lateral to the artery. And that is what we're looking at here, because if I come back here and I touch the right side of the probe, again, we can see the right side of the screen in that orientation. So one of the important ergonomic things when I'm teaching you all how to do blocks is that if I'm standing here and I'm going to do her supraclavicular block right here, I'm going to be having the probe in my right hand, my needle's going to be in the left hand. So if my needle's in the left hand, I want the needle to come in on the left hand side of the screen. Now, the opposite would be true if I was coming over here, right? So if instead of doing her right interscaling, I was going to do her left interscaling, I would be over here, the probe would be in my left hand, the needle would then be in my right hand, so I would actually flip the probe around 180 degrees, because I would want, visually in my head, if I got the needle in the right hand, I want to watch the needle come in on the right hand of the screen. If I got my needle in my left hand, I want to watch the needle come in on the left hand side of the screen. It helps kind of keep it a little bit more